How to use the Icon A5 as a car. I have said this in many clips that the Icon A5 actually is a flying Ferrari. And the truth is that I was about to depart from Paphos International Airport, where we are right now. But I changed my mind for two reasons. First of all, because I found my beloved Lithuanian Airbus in the neighborhood. Here it is in all its glory. It is an existing plane, and I suppose you know that this is not among the default liveries of MSFS, of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But still have this in mind that if you fly continuously with the same planes and you have traffic set, let's say, to 80%, 70%, you have this opportunity to add your beloved liveries in the airports where you are. And this is exactly what is happening right now. When I start the sim, I found in Paphos International Airport my Lithuanian Airbus, the A220. So in this clip I will show you how to use the Icon A5 as a car, actually. You can do the same with every plane, the truth is, but the Icon A5 looks also like a car, isn't it? I mean, this can as well be the cockpit of a Ferrari with the G3X Touch installed, isn't it? With the Garmin G3X Touch installed. Maybe I can as well shut off my engine. Okay. And the second reason, ladies and gentlemen, that we will not depart now is because, if I see well, it seems that we have an invasion of Lithuanian Airbuses in the international airport of Paphos, because behind this Airbus, I think there is another Lithuanian Airbus, and it is worth it to have a look. So, in this tutorial, I will show you how to use your Icon A5 as a car. And first of all, of course, you must have the proper setting of the cameras. I mean, if we have a look here, we see the default cameras. Okay. And actually, this is the camera that we need, because if I drag slightly with the mouse, as you see, the cockpit disappeared, isn't it? So we will explore a little bit the area just to show you how you can arrange this camera setup, which is quite interesting. I mean, you don't have the opportunity with many planes to have such wonderful view outside without any instruments, without nothing at all. So the first thing that you have to do is to go outside of the plane, isn't it? Right now, actually, we are outside of the plane. I can as well return to the cockpit view by pressing, let's say, Alt 1, isn't it? But here is the special camera setup. Exactly here. This is the view. The front view without the cockpit, isn't it? So the first thing you have to do is to go outside of the plane, and in order to go outside of the plane, you must change the XYZ axis, the initial XYZ axis of the camera.cfg file, which means that you go to your local disk, because you must find the game, and then you go to users. Somewhere here must be a file like your name, for instance, or my files or whatever, and you click on it, and then you go to app data here, exactly. Then you go local. You must follow this procedure. Then you go to packages, not MSFS packages, not this one, but packages, which is here. And then you find this Microsoft Flight Simulator folder with the 8, exactly this one here, Microsoft Flight Simulator 8W and so on and so on. You click here, double click or click, and then you go local cache, and then you go sim objects, not the list of the planes, but here airplanes, okay? And here you will find the icon A5. Asobo, let me have a look. Asobo icon, this is the folder, double click, and here is your camera's CFG file. So the initial XYZ axis is this one here, for instance. There are 8 cameras, and you will change the value from 0 to -5. The initial XYZ axis is in the end of each camera definition file. There are about 8 of them. This is, for instance, camera definition number 6. And here is the initial XYZ axis, okay? So you can change these values from 0 here to -5, -4 or -5. And I would suggest you to change 2 cameras. For instance, camera definition number 6 and camera definition number 7. And when you will return to the game, you will see that you will find yourself outside of the plane, which means, for instance, this is the default cameras, and if you go to CTRL 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., you will see that you will find yourself outside of the plane if you press, our example was camera definition number 6 here. Okay. So as soon as you find yourself outside of the plane, as it happened with this camera, and that was the first camera that I managed to save, with the arrows, isn't it? You move the arrows on the numpad, isn't it? And you can save whichever camera you like. And as you know, you can press CTRL plus Alt plus a number from 1 until 0 and save this camera, and then Alt plus 1 until 0, you bring back the saved camera. Let us show you how this works. I will use CTRL E. There is no reason to proceed to the startup of the icon A5. It is quite simple. There is a tutorial about this startup. Okay, so first I release my parking brakes, and I keep pressing the brakes because this plane has a tendency to accelerate. I press F to restore the camera view, and now, since I managed to go outside of the plane, I press Alt plus 0. This is my saved camera. Well, this is my saved camera, but it is saved in a way that I can have a view without the cockpit. Right-click on the mouse and drag. Here it is. Exactly. You see? It is a wonderful view, and it is worth it to explore the scenery. The taxiways, the runways, whatever you like, an airport. I think the second Lithuanian Airbus abandoned me. We have only one now. You see, no cockpit, no nothing. Here it is. Just to show you how it works, because we will have a look also at the other cameras. This is really something worthy. I can as well use the external camera, isn't it? the extreme turnability of the Icon A5. And if I want to have a look at my instruments, I can as well press Alt-1, which is my first saved camera. Alt-0. Here it is. Yes, I know I'm stuck with this plane. Can we follow the bus, maybe? The graphics are extremely smooth. I will follow the bus now. Okay, let us not insist. Again, Alt+0 with the mouse or with your controller. You can change the position of the camera, and here it is. Some wonderful views without the restrictions of the cockpit. And of course, at any time you can bring back the saved cameras, for instance Alt-1 here, and return inside the cockpit. Alt-0. Exactly. Let me give you another example. Wonderful weather conditions, but unfortunately we will not depart now. So, let me give you another example how you can use your Icon A5 as a Ferrari. Not a flying Ferrari, but like a normal car. So, I go to Slew mode, pressing Y, and I will change my position now. Okay? I want to go somewhere here, I think. Yeah, I want to go somewhere here. Exactly here. Here we are again. I set the parking brakes. I will change the weather. This is real weather, just to have a better look outside. This airport is quite big actually, and so we have the opportunity to test all our cameras. So, you see, it looks exactly like a car. And now, this is the saved camera. Here we go. We will not depart from the runway. I have set this also in the previous clips. But we will depart from the outside area. The Icon A5 has a tendency to accelerate, so though you have engine on idle, the plane will never stop. You must use the brakes. Alt-1, for instance, if I want to see the instruments. And again, Alt+0, which is the saved camera without the cockpit. This is the most easy mode to create. I mean, I really wonder why the developers didn't create such a mode. Exactly, somewhere here we turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I will not insist any further. I suppose soon we will be leaving from this airport. Here it is, you see, we will depart from here. This is exactly what we will do. Here it is. This is the saved camera, and with the mouse or with your controller, with the pan button, you can have these wonderful views. My other saved cameras are these ones. Outside of the plane, of course. And 3 cameras for takeoff and departure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for now. Thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.